I started wearing compression socks at work.
Oh,
That shit
man.
works.
Dude, I need to get them for the flights.
Oh yeah, I totally
Everybody.
it's one of those things you always hear about. Then when you actually try it, it's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
This is like you really feel like you're like. At the end of the day, I barely even tired.
Really?
Hey, I'm on my feet
Get
all day
out.
long. I used to be like in pain at work. I'd be leaning against the wall and shit after work. But now it's like I'm still moving.
Even a good pair of Nike socks feels good, like to me. Like, I buy the cheap Hanes. I regret it every time.
Well, compression socks though, it's like you feel like you're an athlete. It's like holding your legs
Yeah.
together, and you feel like
How do you wash them?
I got 3 pairs, so I'm gonna
They
buy a
go
whole
in the
bunch.
washer and dryer or what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, they're just like really long socks.
I
That
feel
just
like-
squeeze your legs real hard.
I always felt like if you put those in the dryer, they get too small.
They might. Yeah. Well, the problem is now it's like I have the whole lifestyle I have to change.
Right.
Where it's like this has to be every single day that I gotta wear these socks.
Well,
now.
the thing is, I bet they don't make them no-shows.
No, they're up to here.
Wow,
Yeah,
dude.
so during the
What, they
summer-
got the stripes on them?
Nah, but
You got
they
a
just
pair
like,
with you?
I
Let's
don't
see,
want
show
to pull
the
those
camera.
out. That's too private for these people. We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube. But it's like they come. I don't even what I'm gonna do during the summer when I gotta wear shorts. But they come all the way up to here, and they're like,
No, dude, that's the look now.
it looks like you're playing soccer or something.
Everybody's doing the knee-high socks with real short shorts.
I
Because
guess.
the idea is you can make your shorts shorter.
Well, I think this is one of those things that I associate this with fat guys who have like blood pressure issues.
Yeah, but
But
they
it's-
don't wear the socks. That's why their legs are all purple and shit.
But it's like I think this is going to be a thing that's more common now. That like everybody's more aware of the compression socks. There's stores Upper East Side that are dedicated just to compression socks.
Yeah, I think I
The
walked
whole
past
store is
some.
all just socks.
That whole area is a lot of people that need those compression socks.
I mean, I'm not even fat. Everybody needs them. If you're
No,
just on your
those
feet,
guys are on there for their office guys.
if you're just of a certain age and you're just on your feet all day, all the blood's going down. It's
Pushing
you need that shit
strollers.
to move.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, the shorts are getting shorter. I'm happy about it. It's hard to find. I don't know what store these people in my neighborhood find these short shorts, but I'm trying
For
to
guys?
find them. Maybe that is what they're doing. They might be buying girl shorts. Everybody's rocking the shorts.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah, dude, like that.
I mean, I don't think it's that hard to find. I think
I
you're
can't
just like,
find them. I've been looking.
I think you just when you've probably seen them, you just don't know what you're looking at because
No, I've been
they're
trying
very
them
small.
on. Yeah, they're too long. Every short's like right above my knee because I'm short as it is.
Yeah, that's your problem.
So
Is
it's like-
you're already trying to get 28 size jeans.
Yeah, and I'd seen some. I rolled them up, but I'm like, dude, I can't be walking around with shorts rolled up.
You got to go back to your tailor.
You think they can do short? Yeah, I got.
Tell the
can you
tailor
get
you
shorts
want
hemmed?
mid. You get anything hemmed. I mean,
But how do they measure that? How do they pin that?
You get a point to your thighs.
Yeah, right above
want
the
'em up
nuts.
here,
You know
yeah.
how dress shoes are above the.
You see where the hair is? Just put
Yeah.
it over here. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go shorter.
No, these like compression socks though, even for flights. I'm like psyched about taking a long flight now.
That's the main reason I would need them.
Deep
purposely-
vein thrombosis.
I would cut out salt before flights just to slow it down on my ankles.
Oh, my God.
Like a 13-hour flight,
Yeah.
you gotta go sodium-free diet. It's like surgery.
Well, that's how you can tell where it's like human beings were not meant to do this.
Mhm.
We're not meant to sit like that for that long.
Dude, listen.
Up and down, the air pressure and everything. Yeah, your body's not made for it.
Speaking of what humans ain't meant to do, we're also not meant to sit in front of a computer for hours, dude. I've been editing like little stand-up clips. I don't know if you guys seen them online. I learned how to edit, but it's like, in general,
I mean, that desk is too low.
is that what the problem is?
You're-
Yeah, I'm
you're-
always
you're
hunched
over.
down.
No, if you got to go to like a nice office and just look at how like software engineers are. They got like a nice chair that's ergonomic.
Yeah.
It's like the arrow chair, and their shit is everything is all eye level, and they have like the standing desk. So every once
I
in a
like
while,
that standing desk.
You're up and you have like a foot pad you're on.
I would need one I could wheel the chair under. That back's too high. I gotta get a whole setup. Right now, I'm wearing
That
this
is-
thing
I
out.
mean, yeah, that's some Chinese shit right there.
It is. I mean, it was $19. I'm wearing
But
it
it's
out
like
there.
everything has to be like.
Well, I'm gonna get
set
the
up.
monitor too. I'm getting a little monitor.
Yeah.
I wrote 2 little web series too. I might have one. I might have a pretty big actress in one. I don't know. We're gonna see. I send her the stuff.
But you got to focus on your neck is not made to. You
Dude,
can't
do you
this.
see the hunch?
No, but it's like I know what that's like, but it's like your body is telling you that you're sitting wrong.
Well, also posting videos on my phone is killing me. Like looking down, putting the hashtags and description on YouTube Shorts, and Then you do TikTok, and then
Well, you're doing
Instagram.
it here. That's the problem. You got to get like a full setup where you can hang upside down from a
Yeah,
like a thing.
dude, I need the tilted screen and a lot of lights flashing and the deep music.
Well, there is a reason. The standing desk for like finance guys. All those guys, they don't even sit down. They got like the ball, the rubber ball they sit on.
Yeah.
Like the gymnastics ball that they could do. Like you do back rolls every once in a while. You do get little foam rollers going.
You know,
There's a whole like world of guys.
a lot of that setup is what makes it the most productive dude. I know a dude, and this dude just busts stuff out 24/7. And I was asking his advice, and he has pictures of a girl he likes since high school. And he's like, that's motivation. He has them all up in front of his desk. I'm like, bro, that is psychotic.
Well, they got those little like it's like a silver dollar looking thing, but it's got this like skull on it, and it says "Memento Mori," which is Latin for "consider death."
Yeah.
You have to think that someday you're gonna die. That's how it gets you. It's like it's some Mike Tyson shit.
Man, that's
where
some
it's
deep
like you got to
shit.
be. Yeah, it's like some samurai stuff. But that's what those guys do, just so they can sell more stocks or something.
Yeah.
Or it's like I got to get hyped up.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got
you
like a
need that.
side screen where that's just dedicated to showing them like Bruce Lee or something.
I need to get some stuff to get me going, like some little sayings or something.
Well, those guys, you also need like you can get like a treadmill that goes under the desk, so you're moving.
I dated a girl that
That
did
shit's
that.
sick.
She'd be walking, typing. I'm like, I don't know how you could do that, but you can't have a conversation with me.
Well, that is like you realize because when you hunched over like this, it's like the stress builds up.
Yeah.
So you always got to be able to you lift a couple weights,
well, me,
throw
I
some
don't know.
punches.
I get excited. Like when I type something and it's good, or if I edit something good, I get up and I get all excited and start pacing around. Do you do that? I get all happy.
Yeah, that's why it's like you got to be standing up first of all, and you got to be able to have like stimulation devices.
I feel like I wore my
Guys have
joints
like
out.
a little squeeze.
Oh I
squeezy
can't. I got
toy.
carpal tunnel coming in.
Oh, you get that little like the wrist builder. Where
Yeah.
You go like this.
Or those balls that go.
Yeah, that's what those guys do.
You know, ideally, if I could pick, I want my own office. I got the window view. That's great. But, you know, I would like to have a whole thing set up. Like the way we got to work, it's hard to get a lot done in a tiny space. I feel like you need some.
I got like a big room now. But
Oh, yeah, you're lucky.
It's
I'm
like
living a
you
tough
need
life.
like, but everything has to be thoughtful. So many guys think that they're just gonna sit on their bed and work.
I can't
And
do
it's
it.
like, nah, yeah, that's how you can tell somebody doesn't really do shit.
I put on clothes when I go to work. I mean,
Yeah.
I go to work like a job.
You gotta get a
dude.
fucking suit.
I got one
Get a
actually.
little lunch. Get a little lunch pail.
I went to this little cigar thing last night. I had my little Kenneth Cole suit on. It's funny, girls like that know money, like that hang out with rich dudes, they could tell a Kenneth Cole suit from a mile away.
In a good way or a bad way?
Bad way. They don't
Uh,
want that Kenneth Cole.
I don't know, it looks all right.
I thought I would look good. I got some pictures
It's
taken.
fucked
but
up that they can even tell when it's dark.
I know, dude. And they don't even
I
want,
get if it was like the middle of the day.
You know, it's funny. They don't even want to communicate with you. I talked to some girl, and she's just looking at me like, why are you even speaking to me?
Wow.
These guys all had money. You can't compete with money. And it's funny. I don't know if you ever hung out with. I end up hanging out with a lot of finance bros, and I see why people hate them. It's like, dude, if they're all fucking tall and skinny and cocky and tan.
Well, they're all like frat boys.
Everything they had, everything their whole life. It seems like, and then their ego, man, it hurts them so bad.
Well, these were guys who were cool in high school and cool in college.
Yeah.
And now they're cool outside of college.
But are they
So it's-
cool though outside of college? I mean, they got
They're cooler
money.
than you.
They seem it, but they're not fun hangs.
They're fun to hang with when they hang with each other.
Yeah,
They're
that's
having a
true,
pretty fun
too.
time. Yeah,
They were all gambling and shit. They're like,
you fun to
you
you. Yeah.
want to get in? It's 500. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, these dudes are doing deals.
Yeah.
They got like real estate scams going in the Hamptons and stuff.
You should see all these pretty girls. Just honestly, everything
you
these
mean
guys
these guys
said.
aren't cool? Of course they're fucking cool. Yeah, the evidence is showing you right there.
I felt maybe they just weren't trying to be cool towards me.
They have nothing to prove to you.
Yeah.
You got a Kenneth Cole suit on.
The dude
Those dudes
slapped
got
his
Brooks
hand on my
Brothers.
shoulder. He's like, "Where's the little boys' room?" I had some
Oh,
girls
man.
laughing. I'm like,
Brutal.
"Bro, what a jerk!" He had makeup on though.
I bet if you stuck around that party long enough, that guy would have picked you up.
Right. Well,
Your
he hung
leg-
out there. He was talking to girls. They were talking to him.
But I mean, you though. He was at some point you were gonna get picked up, and
Oh,
your
you think
your
he would
legs
have physically picked
your
me up?
legs would have been dangling, and you would have been.
I'm changing my ways, dude. I'm getting reaction time now.
Yeah.
I want to smack somebody's hand out their way.
Well, but I mean, then you're the guy that's ruining the party. He's just trying to have a good time. He's a fun guy.
Isn't that the double standard?
Yeah, that's how it is. Being that's why you gotta up your game.
And you can't get mad after you get picked up. I've been picked up a lot. It looks even worse when you're mad, because then they're gonna pick you up again.
Exactly. They know how to. They know your buttons.
And then you're like, set me down.
All right. Next thing you know, you're on top of the bar.
Yep.
Yeah, they put you on a shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. The other day I was telling you, I ended up in a situation at that meeting where you're in a room where you really they know you're not going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put you in those Men in Black chairs.
Not even that, where it's like I'm just in a place where I'm clearly out of place.
How'd you dress?
Not great.
Oh, come on.
I mean, I did what I could. I
What'd you
dressed
do?
cleanly.
Do you even own nice clothes?
Nah, not really. But I mean, it wasn't like a suit setup. It was more like a casual setup. But everybody was still like, you could tell. It's not even about what you're dressed, but it's just how you sit.
Right.
And about how you look around.
Yeah.
I'm looking around at all these steaks, and I'm like,
Can I have one?
In my eyes, I think my eyes are going big. Everybody else, you got to act like this is no big deal.
Yeah.
But I'm looking around like, wait, are these free?
Well, they say they negotiate deals by how much food the guy takes.
Yeah.
I know a guy. He's like, you take 2 steaks, dude. They're working
That's
less.
how they can tell that you don't belong there is if you're not sure if it's free or not.
Yeah, you want to be the guy that's not even eating. No, I just ate.
Exactly. I didn't eat.
You turned down.
I was
that
hungry.
shit.
But it was
That was a good look.
But it's like I can't. I'm sitting right next to a whole table of food, and there's no like cash register. So I'm like, can they tell? It's kind of like a hotel buffet where it's like I could just walk up if I'm confident, but I'm not confident. So it's like
you don't want to leave with a $138 tab. If somebody invites you to a meeting, in my opinion, and if they're not covering the food that's there, it's like you're not that serious.
Water,
about
please.
meeting,
Yeah. Ice water.
Now, you know what would have been really funny? You could have thrown for a loop. What if when you met them, you just spoke complete Japanese and you told them that's Google Translate?
Yeah.
They wouldn't know what to say.
But it's like
Then you would have had the power.
Even getting like when they serve you water and like the water comes in a bottle that's a little nicer than you thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a wine bottle.
Is this free?
Yeah, exactly. You never want to ask the question if it's free, but it's like the thing is for rich guys like that, it is free.
Yeah.
You can always when you go into like a nice party that's catered and they got the guy coming around with the hors d'oeuvres and like the glasses of champagne.
Yeah.
You just grab that shit off the table and you don't even break conversation.
I remember when I was in Toronto and the tab was all high. I had no clue how much it was, and I tried to be all slick. I'm like, here, a little something for the tab.
Oh, yeah.
It was $20. Bro, the dude threw it back in my face. He was more mad. I offered him 20.
Exactly, yeah.
$10,000 tab. Here's $20.
That'll cover it. Yeah.
Just a little something
Keep
for
the
you.
change.
That's so much disrespect. I feel like you need it.
Yeah, you start asking for their Venmo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
many
not
little
split.
social cues like that. Where it's like, no, someday you got to be so rich where it's like you could just walk away and maybe they just bill you later.
Well, the thing with me in these meetings now, like I've had a couple here and there, and now I'm like, the reality is social media is my doorway. Even if this guy could help me or if he wants to, maybe he could, maybe he can't. Nobody's going to help me as much as me turn my phone on making a video.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
I don't even care. Now at these meetings, I'm almost like, I don't even need the contact, man. Have a good one. Like, I'm like, what am I going to do
If
here?
they want to find you, they'll find you.
But it's like,
Not
what are they
hard to
going to
find.
do for you?
I'll give you a bunch of fucking money.
Well, you would hope, but
That is in the cards. That's the thing when you're in these situations where it's like clearly everybody here has money. So I was the poorest person in the entire building.
oh, that's my story.
Yeah, I was even the waiter was making more money than me. So it's like anybody in this room could just couple thumb taps and you're in.
Yep.
That's why New York City is full of these rooms that we're just not in.
Yeah.
You walk by, you probably places you walked by thousands of times, right over here on 8th Avenue or something, where you just see a door and you're like, you walk right by, it's right next to a pizza place, and you don't realize through that door there's an elevator that goes way the fuck up there.
I got to
And
get
then up there, that's where all like these people, that's where the money's at.
I was just in one of those places. A guy took me. We had a little meeting for the show I'm going to be in. And we found it's a hotel. You go down these steps of the hotel to a separate elevator.
Exactly.
Up to a rooftop.
Yeah, everybody's
it's right on like 5th and
everybody's
like,
got a little earpiece in.
dude, it's beautiful. It's not even that expensive, but they don't ID you or card you or not. I mean, anybody could probably get there. I'd take a girl there. It's some slick pimp shit.
You see how Diddy parties happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you just walk right in like you own the place. Nobody's carding anybody.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a hotel.
Secret shit happen. But it's like there's so many rooms that you're just like, it's the Cat Williams bit about the Diddy party.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, I didn't. You go to the party at first. You don't realize there's another room. Then that other room's got another room in it. Next thing you know, you're seeing something you're not supposed to see.
My dream when I was first starting comedy was always like some people to come up to me with some hoods, like from like the Freemasons.
Yeah, exactly.
And be like, you got to make jokes about this or else, and we'll make you famous.
Yeah.
Or quit doing this joke.
But in reality, those guys don't have hoods. These guys are just like in an elevator.
Right.
And they're just like, no, that's, we're going to the top.
We're going to have some beers and it's going to casually come up.
And it's like everybody likes to think that they're going to be the guy at the Diddy party who's going to be saying, hey, stop the music.
Right.
Something shady's happening.
This ain't right.
This ain't right. Yeah.
Look at him. Look what you just did to that man.
Yeah, that is someone's daughter.
Yeah. Do you see what you're doing? This is wrong.
No, it's like, no one's going to do that. Because you're excited to be in the elevator upstairs, and it's like that would be, no one has the balls to do that.
You know what's crazy is like that big ass bed. I felt like a bounce around would have been way cooler. Like they had the big bed at the Diddy place.
That's all you saw. They could have had 10 bounce arounds.
Right. That's true too.
This is a level of wealth you can't even imagine.
That's insane.
Diddy has never ever stopped somewhere and asked, "Can I have that steak?" You just walk up and grab it.
I was trying to explain to my friend. I was like, dude, some people have so much money. He's an Ohio guy. He just don't get it. I'm like, there's people that like collect jets. Like, there's people out here in this world that probably own 4 airplanes that cost like $50 million a piece.
They got cars they haven't even seen
in
a while. Yeah.
Like when you have that level of money, it's just $20 always meant a lot to me.
Right. Well, the guys like that, they haven't touched cash in like decades.
Yeah.
It's always just somebody handles it. So they got one of their guys running around.
And like, you ever accidentally give like a barber, if the cut's like 35 and you give him 60, but you want your change back and he acts like that's a normal tip. And then you gotta be like, oh, no.
Anytime they ask you, do you want change? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
I'll give you a tip, but it's like, clearly I do want change.
Yeah, people who ask for the $25 one.
Yeah.
I just had this barber, dude. I told him I had to have him stop. Dude, I go, I like leaving the sides a little bit long, so do whatever you do. Don't cut the sides short. I like it long. He goes, okay. Meh. I'm like, dude, you didn't listen to one word I just said once. I feel like barbers all got one cut, man.
Yeah, you got to find your guys.
You got video editors, got one edit. Everybody could do one thing real good.
That's the thing, too. Imagine once you get to that Diddy level of wealth, it's like your hair guy comes to you.
That's what I want.
He is specifically your guy. He'll drop anything.
I need a hair guy. My buddy goes out. He rides the train 2 hours, man. He goes all the way down to his old neighborhood in Brooklyn because he's one of these bald guys. But the hair guy takes it all the way from the back, puts it up front and sprays it, hooks him up. You know the dude. I'll say his name after the pod.
Yeah, of course.
You'd never know he was bald, dude. I'm telling you.
Wow.
I mean, you would know it's thinning out, but I put the car window down. All the truth came out.
Wow.
But last time I hung out with the dude too.
I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of business you're in or how much you really care about that kind of thing.
Well, in
Because the
entertainment,
thing with a lot of these guys, these rich guys, when you're out to these Diddy party Fifth Avenue spots, a lot of bald guys.
yeah,
A lot of these finance guys are not like the guys who really got money are not like a hot dude.
that's true.
It's like this nerdy looking guy who's worth $50 billion.
And then they got the hot girl. But the thing is, does the hot girl love that dude, you wonder?
Dude, these hot girls love anyone. Who cares? It's working for right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, life's pretty good for him right now.
Yeah, shit's working out.
Yeah.
How much money do you think I'd need to have a hot girl, like monthly? How much do you think I'd have to make?
Well, I mean, you could be broke, right? You could be broker than you are now and get a hot girl. But to get the kind of girl you're talking about,
Right.
who's at these finance parties, I mean, you have to be at least annually $600,000
There's this
in
girl.
New York City.
$600K? Wait, are you talking yearly though?
Yearly.
Yeah, annually.
Yeah.
Man, $600K.
Yeah, New York
Well,
City.
I better have a girl if I'm making that much.
Yeah, New York City's that's not that much though. I mean, like you're still like small. That's a studio apartment.
Yeah, dude. I met one girl. We see her in the neighborhood carrying bags, and then she asked me to stay over, and I'm like, I didn't know she had nowhere to stay, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not allowed to have people over. But now I see her, dude. I'm so tempted to move this girl in. She's
Right.
a pretty girl. She's nice. Tough situation.
She's fucking hanging out when we're podcasting.
Yeah.
That's not a
Plus,
good
she
look.
got a lot of bags.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be the guy who's got so much money that you got like your own 3-bedroom spot.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I got my bedroom, I got my office.
Yeah.
And there's the other room.
Put all your newspapers and ads in here.
Yeah. That's what we got to get to.
You know, you look for things that your last girl didn't have. So, like, every girl, this next one, she got to have a chin. Like, I never even noticed how important a chin is in a relationship.
You don't notice until she's looking forward and you're looking
Yeah.
from the side. And all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, something's missing.
Yeah.
As long as she's looking straight at you, you can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's when you get the
It's
peripheral.
an optical illusion.
Or when they go to ponder something, they put their hand on there.
Profile view. Well, it's when you're on a flight.
Yeah.
And she's looking forward and you're looking, to the
You
window.
know, my girl used to try to stick her chin out, and it's already hard to get pictures, with girls that got too many chins. It's way
Oh,
harder.
then you're looking at the top of their nose.
Or their neck, too. Yeah, you see a lot of neck.
That's rough.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many girls got nice chins in New York.
Well, I mean, you just got to think, what's it like for these guys who because some of those finance guys, I mean, now they're fucking billionaires, but they weren't always on that path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of those guys really grinded it out.
Right.
And they're like, they probably went decades without getting that hot girl.
That's why they're so cocky now.
Well, now they're like in their 50s, so they kind of got to compensate for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's it like to finally reach that level?
Boring, unfulfilled. You know the girl don't love you.
I don't think that's how it feels.
Really?
I think it feels very, very good.
They love cigars, those big money dudes.
Yeah. It's got to feel, I mean, just knowing that, especially you live in a city like New York City where you're around this much wealth all the time.
Yeah.
When you're finally in the room. Think about that.
Yeah.
We were walking by the restaurant and it looks all nice inside and you're just fucking outside.
Yeah.
And you just had a slice of pizza.
I still see that.
You feel it. The city really reminds you where you are.
And like I said, I've never had money. I couldn't even imagine having money in this city. I don't even know what I would do with. I don't even know what you're supposed to do with money when you do get it.
Yeah, you go in that elevator. You go upstairs.
And buy suit jackets.
Nah, you're in the mix. There's stuff we have no. See, we can't even picture what that's like because we are not even in that. You've had glimpses of it when you were with the guy, but it's like, you saw this
1%.
You pressed your face up to the window. It's like, you weren't inside.
Bro, I can't even say on the pod one of the people I was hanging with, but royalty, dude, from another country. It's crazy. And you're like these people that have so much money and they're royalty, they're so out of touch with regular things. Yeah. But they're cool to talk to one-on-one. They're funny people.
There's nothing you could do for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not trying to network with you.
They just want
comedians are. So.
I'll tell you, they want your emotionalness. They just want you to talk to them.
Well, they want you to entertain.
Yeah.
They're rich enough where it's like, no, let's see what this guy's a funny story.
Let's see what he says.
But it's like he's not going to be like, do you have any? You got a show you could put me on?
Yeah, I'll never forget, dude, speaking of money and asking people for stuff. I was somewhere, and I was like, whatever you recommend. And I seen everybody look at me. Dude, I knew it was a problem. I had $60 in my pocket. They give me a drink, a tequila. I forgot what it was.
Oh, no.
$88, dude, without the tip. Dude, I'm sitting there like such an asshole. I had to pull out my fucking credit card. I'm texting my friend because it was mailed to his old address. I'm waiting for him to send me the code on the back of the card. I'm like, oh, yeah, just a moment. They're like, well, are you going to pay the bill, dude? He's like, I can help you with it. I'm just like, bro, I didn't even want to drink the drink. It's like, you can't give it back. Finally, I put on the card. My heart's beating as that shit's going through.
Oh, my God. I feel like that's one of those situations where I'd have to act like I'm an alcoholic. Actually, I've been in AA for 10 years, actually. But I'll just have a tap water.
Yeah.
I would love to drink with you, but I have a problem.
Sorry, cranberry juice for this guy.
The devil alcohol has its hold.
Listen, I got a lot to lose these days.
Yeah, I mean, not only are we not in that room, though, we are so far from that room that there's
think, but not really. You're right there.
No, I mean, I'm right there in terms of somebody else getting me in the room.
Yeah.
But we're not right there in terms of us being in the room.
Yeah,
naturally.
But close, you never know.
There's
one viral video.
No, there's a difference between, hey, I can get you in, and the guy at the door with the earpiece just opening up for you.
And knowing who you are.
Yeah,
what level of fame is that? Because that does come with fame.
That's not even fame. That's just the guy knows you're rich. He can see you coming.
Fame got a different price tag. They let you in with fame. I seen it.
It can be, but it's like that's if you're fame. Because to get into these Diddy rooms, you got to have money or you got to know the guy who has money.
Right.
The guy who has money is always more valuable than that second guy.
Yeah.
Because they know it's a business.
Yeah,
but
dude,
it's like even if you're the viral guy who everybody likes from the skits, it's like you still got to know somebody.
this dude.
Somebody's got to vouch for you.
This dude showed me his helicopter.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you just fly in on a helicopter and land it on a roof in New York for meetings. Like,
These guys they've never been on the subway.
dude, but do you understand that? Like, imagine flying from like Long Island to Manhattan on a helicopter.
Yeah,
People
it's like
do that.
Billy Joel. Yeah, of course. I mean, you can take the Uber now to get a JFK from you.
What Uber?
Uber has the helicopter service from like Midtown to JFK.
What?
It's like a couple $100, I think.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Dude, from Midtown, like where I live,
Yeah, it's around here somewhere.
from a couple $100.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm doing that one time for sure. That's a cruise. I'd go on a cruise that way.
I mean, like those people just died in the Hudson River a few weeks ago. The helicopter crash.
That was an Uber thing?
No, it was a helicopter though. I mean, the helicopter was fucked up. And it crashes in the. You know.
Oh, man.
You never want to go. The helicopter crash. Plane crash is so much better than helicopter crash. Anytime, no one's ever survived a helicopter crash.
Yeah, you're
Once that
definitely
shit
not.
goes down, you're out.
Yeah,
Yeah, trying to save a couple $100. That's That's
just
not a
to
good look.
save a couple hours. Or like an hour. I guess it's an hour and like 30.
Yeah.
But, dude, nighttime traffic sometimes, it's just so hard getting home from JFK.
Those rich guys, though, they're always in the back of an SUV. So
Yeah.
even when they're in traffic, it's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, you're
They're
right.
still wheeling and dealing.
They
and
go XL.
playing FIFA back there.
Yeah, they go the black. What's the one without seats now? You can get the Uber with.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the Yukon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go Uber Black, dude. One time I was with somebody, he just has to go Uber Black. Dude, they don't have Uber Black. Like, we're in a little city doing a gig, and we're waiting, dude, 45 minutes for an Uber Black. There's Ubers everywhere. They're like, we'll take you. The place is 15 minutes away. Finally, he goes, fuck it, we got to do it. The Express, like, his face, he was like, his day was ruined because he wasn't in Uber Black.
He's got to get in the Toyota Camry.
Some people just can't take those failures. Like me, I'm like, dude, I could go eat cheese pizza. I'd be rich and still eating a Joe's Slice.
I know you would.
You don't think?
No. Once you actually get money, this is going to be, you're going to give it all. Here's the thing. You're going to get a bunch of money and you're going to spend all of it. And then you're going to be back eating that Joe's Slice. And you're going to be telling everybody about how things were.
You know me too well.
Man, 6 months ago, I was at the Diddy party.
Well, I'd be nervous to order at these nice restaurants. Like, I like those potatoes, but I don't know what to call them. I can't be like, the ones.
Gratin.
Yeah,
The
they're
one
all
with the green
sliced.
stuff?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
oiled up. What's that little
It's
flaky?
a little crispy on the outside.
Yeah, she brought it last time.
Yeah, you're on your phone trying to show them pictures of
Yeah.
potatoes. Yeah.
ChatGPT. What's the nice potatoes?
Make them like this. Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't.
Like my mom used to make them.
Yeah, it's weird when you're asking people, I'm sorry, can you read this to me? And they're
One
like,
thing, though, that is cool about this city and most, especially like old money big cities like San Francisco, Boston, is you can be like in your 60s and 70s and you're still out.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Dudes are still out in the mix. You're still getting drunk,
hell
having
yeah.
fun, partying, and you can be old as hell. No one's going to look at you and say, hey, why's that 70-year-old man here?
Right.
They're going to look at you in New York City and say, hey, that guy must be rich as hell
And he's cool.
because he's doing shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's out. It's 3 a.m. and this dude is hammered.
Some of those guys, when you see them, though, they're real drunk when they're all old and red. There's one dude down at Rudy's, and he dances, dude. He gets smacked every night, just all red.
Well, those guys who they're living a pretty good life.
Yeah.
They're not living the typical what you would imagine an old man's life to be.
Yeah, we're outside. We were talking comedy, and I misunderstood him. I thought he was like, do you know where I can get any good sex? And I'm like, yeah, there's a... And people were outside. He was acting, do you know where I could see you do any good sets? I told him I'm a comedian. Yeah. I'm like, the place on 34th, those girls, man, like $200. Everybody's looking at me like, what, dude?
Wow.
They all knew he was saying sets. I couldn't understand him. They all know the guy.
Wow. Yeah, who says sets?
Right.
That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, but that's what regular people call it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, someday.
We'll get some good sets in. I got a room
Well,
coming
like I
up.
was saying, we got like between this where we are now and the actual level we're talking about, like that level of wealth, at least 15 significant steps between here and there.
See, me and you
And
think
even
different.
even that middle area is still pretty nice.
A 1 7-second video, bro. We know it could change. It changes everybody.
We're talking about different things then.
You
We're
think
talking
that's
about,
just hard?
No. I mean, like, but that'll get you here. But there is here, up here, where you're at like fucking Dubai level.
See, the thing is, these people become your fans, and these big dudes, it changes your life.
You're still depending on someone else to pay the tab.
Oh, we always will be.
No.
What
Once
do
you get
see
to level,
changing?
I want to get
Dubai level. You could probably get there. You're a smart dude.
Well, you got to commit some sort of fraud, or you have to do some sort of like you got to really like run up the numbers, Kevin Hart numbers, but like that level of wealth where it's like
you got some ambition.
Well, once you get to that level of wealth, and all your friends are also at that level of wealth, then you're not even paying for shit.
Yeah,
you're just hanging out with some fucking prince.
Well, you really can't hang out with people unless they got money, because you'll see the real vulture in them.
Yeah.
I remember, man, seeing this dude trying to set somebody up who's a little successful, dude. It was crazy. He's all trying to secretly record him and set it up. It's like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, come on, man.
No love.
You really see, man. You see who people are. You know, you're real people. I know, man, people, imagine those families getting split up. I'm actually nervous to get rich, because what if people are like, hey, man, give me $100,000. It's like, you know how comedy is. You might make a big check and not make nothing ever again. It don't work like that. You can't guarantee your check tomorrow, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, I mean, I think there's still, like I'm saying, they're going from here to up there. It's such a gradual climb that it's like you're going to get used to dealing with somebody first asking you for $15,000.
Right.
And you shake them off.
Well, you know what happens?
Then as you get higher and higher, that ask just becomes bigger.
I get my friends asking me, they'll be like, yo, can you cash at me $15? Like friends in New York that we know.
$15.
And then I see them sometimes, and it's like, yo, like I get random, sometimes 20.
Jesus
but it's a
Christ.
lot of my friends, I don't know if they, hey, man, you living good. Like, you know what the problem is? You don't want to dress in decent clothes around. You got it right. The way you're dressing, like, it looks good.
I just came from work.
But people aren't
I
like
work in a warehouse.
randomly coming up to you going, yo, Dan, you're fucking killing it. You know, I see you're fucking.
Well, I think this is also just a social media thing.
Maybe.
Where it's like they see your pictures, you're in Aruba.
Or they see the fossil watch, they don't know it's a fossil. It looks like a Rolex.
Well, all your pictures, you're in fucking Greece.
Yeah.
Or you're in the, you're Turks and Caicos. So
and I
it's
do
like,
dress nice
so
when I go out.
It looks like you got some money. But it's like, no, this was,
You know, then you see some of these people, and it's like they're mad at you. It's like, buddy, I don't got it either.
Well, you would think that it's like, look, just wait until somebody actually has some money, then ask them for $10,000. Don't hit them up for $10.
Bro, I was outside eating out here, dude. Tell me why dude walks by. I'm with a girl. He goes, bro, I thought you said you ain't have it. Bro, I'm out here eating, bro.
Wow.
I'm like, buddy. I'm like, yo, man. I said, I'm over here on a day. I'm like, let me hit you up in a little bit. They're like, really, man? You gonna do me like that?
Wow.
It's like, I don't know how rich people do it. Like, I couldn't imagine what famous people hear every second. I'm sure you're right. They just go, hey, buddy, I'm not doing it.
Rich people are the cheapest people. That's the thing.
Yeah, like, what do you think their no's are?
They're going to say no to everything.
Yeah.
They have a guy whose job it is to tell you no on their behalf. It's like, talk to my money guy. And he's going to be the guy that fucking throws you up.
I could save you some time, though.
Yeah, he's going to say no.
You want his email?
Yeah, we're not doing business. It's like, that's just how business works.
I need a no guy.
This is how much money I got, bro. I'm carrying around
beef stick. Dude, don't eat that.
I just bought it.
Oh.
Yeah. I got no one. But once you got some real money, you don't got to carry around mozzarella in your pockets.
Well, there's a lot of these smart dudes, like business savvy dudes. What they do is they run Instagrams, like maybe they're dating a really pretty girl, or they kind of manage models in a way, like they date them to manage them. You ever come across people like that?
Like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, almost something like that. And it's like, who do you think's responding to the DMs? It's the dude, like the dude that's running the page. The girl, she's just being pretty and taking pictures 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's you got your show. Let's plug this up.
Bro, every Wednesday, I got,
Is there a name for this?
Actually, I got to name the show and everything, so it's coming.
Little Dom's Comedy Club.
Yeah, that's what should I call it?
Little Dom's Comedy Cabana.
Yeah.
Come down to Little Dom's.
Yeah, Little Dom's Comedy Cabana.
You got to get a little cartoon character of you in a Hawaiian shirt.
Actually, I'm going to use my real face. My face is recognizable.
Yeah, there you go. You got to wear it. You got to have, but you got to call it like a place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll come up with a name.
The comedy car wash.
Wednesday nights. I'm trying the first Wednesday. This pod's already out, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
What's it called?
Damn, that's the thing, man. I'd have to look. I don't even know the exact name of the place.
But I mean, what's it?
I got to set everything up today.
It's a bar in the West Village.
It's a bar in the
New
West
York
Village,
City,
yeah.
and it's gonna be Wednesdays. What time are we doing the shows?
We got to set up. Probably, let's say, get there at 7 Wednesdays. We don't even know where to tell you to go. Yeah.
I mean, he'll get back to you.
Somebody called me, actually, yesterday from the, what do you call it? Telling me they're big fans of the pod. They just, I don't know if they Googled my number or what. They're like, I can't believe you answered. They're like, hey, by the way, man, love the pod. They said, say a prayer for my dog. I was like, all right, man. And then that's it.
Prayers up.
Prayers up for the dog.